Randy Owen, the voice that once shook stadiums and carried the heart of Alabama, was a man of contrasts. To the world, he was larger than life, commanding stages with his powerful presence and undeniable talent. Yet behind the roar of fans and the glittering lights, he wrestled with fear, doubt, and a childhood shaped by scarcity. Each note he sang carried a lifetime of experience, loss, resilience, and the quiet strength that comes from surviving hardship. Randy's story is not just about music. It is about a journey of the soul, one that began in a small, remote corner of Alabama. Early life on Lookout Mountain, Randy Owen was born on December 13, 1949, near Fort Payne, Alabama, in a world far removed from fame or comfort. Life on Lookout Mountain was simple, harsh, and unyielding. Mornings were cloaked in fog, afternoons swept by winds curling across the slopes. His parents worked tirelessly, farming and laboring for others, instilling lessons of integrity, discipline, and the dignity of hard work. Poverty marked every aspect of life, from the single pair of jeans he wore all week to the painstaking effort it took to put food on the table. These experiences shaped the resilience that would later define his music. Childhood scarcity and strength. Randy's early years were steeped in the realities of scarcity. Every dollar, every meal was earned through hard labor, and yet his family nurtured a life of integrity and humility. Small joys were cherished intensely, like the story of his mother scraping together $47 for a bull, only to watch it disappear over a ravine. These moments, simultaneously sorrowful and beautiful, stayed with him. His upbringing taught him endurance, patience, and gratitude. Even as a boy, he learned that a person's worth was measured not by what they owned, but by the effort and honesty they brought to the world. First encounters with music entered Randy's life in the simplest and most profound ways. In the wooden house of his childhood stood a $25 piano, a treasure his parents had saved for. His mother played with grace and passion, singing alto at church and teaching him the foundations of melody. By age 6, Randy was exploring piano keys and guitar strings, searching for sounds that could soothe and inspire. Music became a refuge from the harshness of daily life, a small but vital world where he could express what words alone could not. These early lessons planted the seed for a lifelong devotion to his craft. School and education school was never easy for Randy. He struggled with the social environment, feeling out of place, and even dropped out in the 9th grade. Yet he returned to finish high school at Fort Payne High School in 1969, demonstrating determination and resilience. Later, he attended Jacksonville State University, earning a degree in English while also joining the Pi Kappa fraternity. These formative years, though challenging, instilled discipline and a belief in persistence. They showed him that no path was too crooked or difficult if met with steady effort, laying the foundation for both his personal and professional life, shyness, and the seeds of courage. Even as he grew older, Randy carried the shyness of his boyhood. Backstage moments before a performance were fraught with fear, his hands gripping his guitar as if it were a lifeline. Yet, step by step, he confronted that fear. Each small act of courage built upon the last until the shy boy on Lookout Mountain became the commanding voice of Alabama. These moments of vulnerability made his later triumphs more meaningful. They reminded him, and those who witnessed them, that courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to act despite it. The formation of Alabama. In 1969, Randy made a pivotal decision to form a band with Teddy Gentry and Jeff Cook. This moment represented a deliberate step beyond the boundaries of his upbringing, leaving behind the predictable rhythm of farm life. Their rehearsals were grueling, long nights in cramped rooms or damp barns, repeating melodies and perfecting harmonies. Without formal training, Randy relied on endurance, focus, and determination. The process was slow, sometimes frustrating, but each session brought the young musicians closer to their collective voice. Music was no longer a hobby, it became a declaration of identity, a choice to pursue passion over security. Early struggles and small gigs. The first gigs in Alabama bars were testing grounds for Randy's resilience. Audiences were small, venues cramped, and success far from guaranteed. Yet each performance was a lesson in perseverance and adaptation. He learned the nuances of engaging listeners, the power of harmonies, and the subtleties of stage presence. These early experiences forged the foundation for a career that would later dominate country rock. Every stumble, every awkward pause, every moment of doubt contributed to the mastery of performance that fans would come to revere. Endurance became Randy's greatest asset, carried from humble beginnings into the national spotlight, rising to fame. As Alabama's popularity surged, Randy Owen's voice became a symbol of the American South. Multi-platinum albums and packed stadiums followed, yet fame brought its own burdens. The adoration of fans was exhilarating, but also isolating. Behind the applause, he grappled with the weight of expectations, longing to remain true to the person he was before the spotlight. The contrast between stage persona and private self highlighted the human struggle behind the legend. Through it all, Randy's grounding in family, faith, and his rural upbringing helped him navigate the pressures of celebrity, ensuring that success did not erase his roots. Return to simplicity. In his later years, Randy chose a life of selective appearances, focusing on the farm, family, and meaningful charitable work. Fame no longer dictated his schedule. Instead, he sought peace, returning to the landscapes that had shaped him, the ridges, the fields, the wooden house of his youth. These quiet moments offered perspective and fulfillment. Even without applause, he found joy in the rhythm of simple life. The same values instilled in him as a boy, discipline, gratitude, and connection to the land, remained central, demonstrating that a fulfilling life is not measured by recognition, but by authenticity and purpose. Legacy beyond music. Randy Owen's legacy is not defined by chart-topping hits or sold-out stadiums alone. It is measured by the constancy of his character, the depth of his empathy, and the fidelity to the life he knew and loved. Each song carries pieces of his personal journey, the hardships, the triumphs, the laughter, and the losses. His work reminds listeners of the humanity behind performance and the importance of preserving integrity amid acclaim. Randy's story is a testament to endurance, humility, and the quiet power of staying true to one's roots, even when the world demands spectacle. Reflection and wisdom. Looking back, Randy sees the journey as a circle returning to its origin. The shy boy standing before a microphone trembling with fear would recognize the man who overcame every doubt to create music that resonates deeply. His message is clear. Do not be afraid of the path, no matter how daunting. Courage, perseverance, and love for one's work and community guide the way. Randy's life demonstrates that the greatest victories are not the ones marked by fame, but the ones where the heart remains intact. In the quiet moments, he finds the greatest fulfillment and peace. Conclusion. A life well lived Randy Owen's story is a testament to resilience, humility, and devotion. From the fields of Fort Payne to the stages of the world, he has navigated fear, poverty, fame, and loss while preserving the essence of himself. His music, compassion, and fidelity to family and land offer a model of how one can thrive without losing authenticity. Randy's life reminds us that success is not only about the heights reached, but about what is held close along the journey. Through hardship and triumph alike, he remains a man defined by integrity, heart, and the quiet flame of a life well lived.